Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the review preview show for May Meltdown and Over the Top. I'm Jeremy Helko.
And I'm Rupert Von Daring.
Well, Rupert, May Meltdown was a interesting show, to say the least.
Interesting, but it was action-packed.
It was, so why don't you say we just get right into it?
Let's go right in.
Rupert, our first matchup we're going to talk about, 2 out of 3 falls match, Jimmy James and DLA. What a matchup this ended up being.
It was a real brawl. The crowd was really into it. They really loved the action.
Yeah.
And like I say, 2 out of 3, that's kind of unusual. And it's a lot of effort for the guys to actually do it 2 out of 3 because it's essentially doing 3 matches.
Yeah, it really is. So what do you say we get to the matchup?
All right.
At this point, both gentlemen had 1 fall apiece. And let's just see what happens here.
What?
Oh, boy. Who was that? Looks like maybe Ray Stewart pushing Jimmy James into the ring area there. And, yeah, it's him. What is he doing?
What is this? Now he goes over and kind of helps up DLA and claims the victory for him.
Oh boy. Al, your winner was DLA for that third and final decisive pinfall. Rupert, the next matchup we're going to talk about is a shot at the Junior Heavyweight Championship, and it was a triple threat match.
Yeah, another really tough match. It's kind of hard for everybody to really get their bearings. It's one thing when you're going after just another guy, but when you have 3 guys in the ring at the same time, makes things a little complex, makes things a little tougher.
Little chaos.
But here it is, and here we go.
All right, Rupert, there was a lot of action in this matchup. Kurt Fury, Christian Saint, and Spike St. James. Nice little cutter there by Saint. Very nicely done. Let's give credit where credit is due. Kurt Fury grabbing the neck, snaps him over. Nicely done. Cover. 1, 2, 3, and your winner and getting a title shot again at the Junior Heavyweight Championship, Kurt Fury.
Absolutely.
Rupert, this is a matchup we got to talk about, a grudge match. Miles Jacobs taking on his former partner, Blackhawk. And honestly, this match happened so quick that if you blinked, you missed it.
That's right. And the outcome was really extraordinary.
Yeah, it was. And then a little more extracurricular activity. Let's get into the match. Miles Jacobs now in control, getting ready to bounce off them ropes. Nicely done. Barrels through Blackhawk. And then it's going to...
As we like to say, Blackhawk down.
Grabs onto him there in a submission hold.
Things look rough for Blackhawk.
And there it is, referee calling for the bell. Your winner, Miles Jacobs.
Miles wasn't quite done with him yet.
Here's the thing, though. All of a sudden, Big Daddy Cage comes out to check on Blackhawk, help save his friend. And then Ricky comes out and says, you haven't really done anything with that championship around your waist. You're going to defend it right now.
A match. Suddenly. And here's what happened.
Miles caught Cage off guard and spear. Goes for the cover. 1, 2, 3. Your winner and new round-the-clock champion in Miles Jacobs. But here's where it gets really interesting, Rupert. They come in, deem the title now the Social Media Championship. And then Miles Jacobs, as we see later on in the night, gives the title back to Ricky, says, I have bigger fish to fry.
Can you believe that? A guy just wins a belt, hands it back, and says he's heading for the bigger...
He just Medusa'd the title.
Wow. Well, let's see how he does.
All right, Rupert, our next matchup, we got to talk about the Bouncer and a new vibe to Bray McKenzie, if you will.
Yeah, a very new vibe.
It's something we haven't seen, I don't think, ever.
Oh, if ever, it's been a while, that's for sure.
It has. So let's take a look at the matchup, see what happens. Now, we thought that Bray McKenzie had an injury. He was grabbing his neck. Of course, there is a big history on the neck.
That's correct.
Bouncer takes it back here. Oh, here we go, though. Kip Page taking out the Bouncer, sneaking from out of nowhere.
Talk about getting hit in the neck.
And it looks like Bray was playing possum. High knee there. Nicely done by the Vibe. Goes for a unusual pin. 1, 2, 3. Your winner, the Vibe, Bray McKenzie.
Unbelievable.
I'm not sure about this.
Well, that whole thing was it a setup? I mean,
are
what
they?
happened?
Yeah, are they in cahoots again?
I don't know. You know, because as we know,
Kip can be in the rear.
He's a loose cannon.
He really is.
And any point in time, he can let go.
Yeah.
And there you go. There's a good example of that. And speaking of which, the next match we're going to talk about is Levi Masterson versus Kip Page.
Yeah, Levi Masterson, Kip Page for the Heritage Championship. This one was a heck of a matchup. I will give you that. And let's take a look. What happened at the end of this match? All right, Kip Page in control here in this matchup. Levi Masterson in the middle of the ring there.
Kip Page eyeing him. Looks like he wants to get one last shot.
Like a shark smelling blood here. Real Action Pro Wrestling, May Meltdown. Oh, miss!
Swing and a miss.
Nicely done with that huge spear by Masterson.
A quick arm pin there.
Over the cover. 1,
That's
2,
it.
3. There it is. Your winner and still Heritage Champion, Levi Masterson. All right, Rupert, this next matchup we got to talk about tag team action and a tag team title match. Project 66 taking on the former champions, Rage to Riches. I will say this was one hell of a matchup, although we did have a little bit of a scary moment at the end of the matchup.
Yes, let's check it out.
All right, huge boot by Joe Zook. Nicely done. Tag, in comes Kenny Collins. High knee, looking really, really good here.
These guys are a tight team. There's no doubt about it.
Yes, they are going for that cover. 1, 2. Oh, nice save by Mad Dog. Tosses Zook out. Kenny now with authority.
A little bit of a revenge for that. Oh!
Kenny Collins on his neck. Referee checking, make sure he's okay.
Still getting a cover. Make sure it's legit.
1, 2, 3.
That's it.
That is it. There is your winner and still tag team champions, Project 66. Now, here's what we know. All right, we checked on Kenny after the matchup. He's a little stiff, a little sore. All indications he is okay as of what I heard last.
That's right. But I'll tell you what, that was a scary moment, and it just goes to show that
don't do this at home.
Don't do this at home.
No.
This is some rough stuff. It really does. And just one false move,
And it's all over.
it's all over.
Next matchup we're going to talk about, Rupert. Don Tavio taking on Paris Sahara. Another banger match. I mean, back and forth, and it was almost match of the night, I'm thinking.
There was a lot of action there, and of course, Paris has a lot of off-the-ropes activity that really makes for quite a great match. So let's check it out.
Okay, here we go. Paris Sahara on that top rope.
Oh!
Nice crossbody. Oh, was going for the cover. Don Tavio throws her off.
Don Tavio staggering in the middle of the ring.
It's going to go on here.
Oh! Ow!
Those kicks.
Still keeping him staggering.
Here she goes, off that rope like you were talking about earlier.
Boom.
Into a bulldog of sorts. 1, 2, 3, your winner, Paris Sahara.
I'll tell you, that's an extraordinary talent.
Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, our next matchup, Ray Stewart taking on Chet Lassiter.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've seen Chet,
It has.
but it's always great to see him.
And you know, you can always bet on Chet.
Yeah.
Not on this match, though.
Well, you give it a shot, though.
Yeah. Let's go into the matchup. All right, here we go, Rupert. Mat action here.
Both men down.
Yeah, and Chet with the advantage here says that's all. Flips him over. Ray Stewart with authority.
Coming back.
Now Ray gets him over.
Oh!
Twists him over. I've never seen Ray do that.
No.
1, 2, 3.
That was it.
Your winner, Ray Stewart. Now, here's something we got to talk about in this matchup. Remember, in this match, Ray accidentally clotheslined his own mother.
I couldn't believe it.
I couldn't believe it either.
He went right through the ropes and landed out there and boom, right into his mother. How often does that happen?
Well, I hope he gave her a nice Mother's Day gift.
Oh.
Rupert, main event of the evening here, the House Call Open Challenge. Vinnie Maverick saying, anybody, come on out.
Anybody, who's got it?
Well,
who's going to take it?
I tell you what, everybody was just a little bit shocked to see the no good bastard, Thomas Adams.
Yeah, they were kind of shocked.
They really were. And this matchup started out real hot, and TA had the momentum there for a little bit.
And he fell apart.
And
More ways
then
than one.
this happened.
Yep.
All right, Rupert, as we see here, TA limping. His knee buckled earlier in the match, and this is what we got here. He's trying to fight through the pain.
Yeah, he's still giving some pretty good shots to Vinnie Maverick.
And Maverick...
But you don't want to be going up against Maverick with anything going against you at all, because he's got all the cards.
Big boot there. Now, Vinny is asking for the title, saying this is his house.
He's got it in his hands.
What's he going to do here? Is he going to use the title? We don't know.
It's not over yet, so...
The referee has not called for the bell.
Meanwhile, Thomas Adams is still suffering with that knee. I think he's trying to escape from getting any more damage.
That or trying to get some feeling back, one or the other.
He's off to the side.
Out to the ring area there.
Vinny's not impressed.
And
the
Vinny
fans
now,
scatter.
Vinny stalking his prey, saying, I'm the champion.
Rubbing his nose in that belt. He decides he's going to put a little icing on that cake. Looking around for some sort of tool to use, some sort of weapon, and there's the good old handy chair.
What is he going to do here? What's Vinnie Maverick thinking?
TA trying to get away. Oh. Ooh, chair to the back.
And referee asking what the heck he's doing. Calls for the bell. Disqualification. Your winner by DQ, Thomas Adams. But remember, still your champion.
That's right.
Big nasty Vinnie
Belt
Maverick.
doesn't transfer. Meanwhile, he's still going after that knee with that chair. He's not even done yet.
I don't know what. I tell you, Big Nasty's been on a hell of a tear lately with opponents.
He gets frustrated, and then once he gets frustrated, he gets mad. And when he gets mad, he does bad things.
He does.
And here's a pretty good example of that.
But like I said, your winner by DQ, Thomas Adams, but still your Real Action Pro Wrestling Heavyweight Champion. Big nasty Vinnie Maverick.
Yep, and there he goes, reminding everyone that, yes, he still holds that belt.
All right, Rupert, we just reviewed May Meltdown
I'm going to take over and preview Over the Top. Fans of Real Action Pro Wrestling, this is a matchup that has kind of created a little bit of a buzz as of late, and we have some amazing competitors that are going to be fighting for that vacant title. Joe Zook, Christian Saint, Spike St. James, and Blackhawk. This is going to be an interesting match. Joe Zook looking for some possible singles gold. Does he win? If he wins, will this create a rift between him and Kenny Collins? That remains to be seen. But check us out at Over the Top. One of the things we got to talk about here, ladies and gentlemen, at Over the Top is the fact that Kurt Fury has regained another shot at a championship that was pretty much just kind of taken away from him. Bray McKenzie, Kurt Fury, Junior Heavyweight title rematch. This should be a hell of a matchup. This 8-man tag team matchup that we're going to talk about next has some very interesting teams here. We kind of have Team DLA versus Team Jimmy James. And the rest of DLA's team is Ray Stewart and Project 66. Amazing team to have, and let's not take away from Team Jimmy James in the Heritage Champion Levi Masterson, possibly a loose cannon and Miles Jacobs, and Kenny Collins, one half of Rage to Riches. Can they all get together? That remains to be seen, but we will see at Over the Top. In a matchup that we have no idea what the rules are, we do know this. The winner is number 30 in the Over the Top Battle Royal. Loser is number 1. It's the Bouncer and Kip Page. After weeks of these videos sent to the Real Action Pro Wrestling Board of Directors and to our fans, we finally now know who has been just intimidating Dior Castro, making his return to Real Action Pro Wrestling is Sean Blaze, and he will be taking on Dior Castro for the Wild Card Championship. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the things that we've got to talk about, that over-the-top Rumble match, the winner, biggest stakes, gets a future shot at the Real Action Pro Wrestling Heavyweight Championship. We have tons of competitors, plus people from Real Action Pro Wrestling past coming in. Who will win? That remains to be seen. All I know is Vinnie Maverick is going to have to be prepared for anything. We had said earlier, Vinnie Maverick has been on a tear as of late here as Real Action Pro Wrestling Heavyweight Champion, and he's going to be taking on RJ Jonesy, a man who just a few weeks prior did get the victory over the Master of the House Call. What's going to happen in this matchup? Vinny seems very, very confident. Will that confidence bite him in the rear? We'll find out at Over the Top. For Rupert Von Deering, I'm Jeremy Hulko. We will see you at Over the Top.